Taste, T.A.S.T.E. Take a sober test every day. June 20th, 2026, Saturday. Subheading, Confrontation Explained. Now this is not glossed over or exaggerated for effect. The RM came at me in a full frontal verbal assault at 10 a.m., just short of actually hitting me. Actually, I think that was 8 a.m. He made it very clear that there would be consequences if ... But he didn't say what. But I don't know for sure what I did or did not do to initiate or provoke his attack. I was able to record it very briefly before the tablet was effectively confiscated. RM, as we will refer to him, lied to the man he summoned as his advocate, saying I'd been sneaking the tablet out of the house daily. I have concrete evidence that this is not the case. I have Google Maps activated for location sharing immediately after I brought the tablet to the center that one time and was corrected for it. RM's expression of exaggeration towards me continued from 8:30 a.m. to 9:10 a.m. when his advocate escorted me to the house up the street on Gilbert. I anticipate this investigation to be in his favor, as to those who were summoned by him were highly likely to support him. I require a neutral advocate for both him and myself. Even the resident supervisor will likely lean in his favor in light of the RM's length of residency and compliance. RM stands for resident manager. I would like to invoke a writ of mandamus to subpoena the tablet, as I was able to record a brief portion before it was confiscated, along with the gentle, humble notes I wrote to him at 8:25 a.m. If I am in any way reprimanded after fully and successfully handling the confrontation 100% correctly, even while under tremendous duress in a threatening environment, I will need to initiate a grievance procedure while submitting all the evidence, ensuring it does not mysteriously disappear, which is a common and very popular manipulation tactics in situations like this. I did text and call my counselor while this was happening. I pushed the send button just before the advocate reached for the tablet and may have even been transcribed some of his verbal assault before I was able to push that send button. I know the brief audio recordings will demonstrate his level of aggression. The assault was a clear and present threat, as he even recited the length of his imprisonment and stated that he was not afraid to go back, effectively intimidating me all the more. I need to feel safe and without compromise. I like my room and my roommates and do not want to leave. I did not take flight, even though the trigger was up the top like a 10 on a scale, and it was overwhelming. At 9:15 a.m., the house manager at this other house mentioned that he has issues similar to mine. He's further along in his therapy and identified that his current condition as sensory overload. If it means what it sounds like, it may be something similar to my condition just a few minutes earlier at my own residence. Currently, I have leveled out and am fully stable. I handled my experience flawlessly. I did remain calm outwardly and resolved to accept a resolution regarding petty refrigerator space simply by letting it go. There are 6 fairly equal spaces in the refrigerator, and I am restricted to half of one of them, equal to 1/12 of the overall refrigerator space. It was mandated with an iron fist, quote unquote, meaning it was not negotiable, not subject to appeal, and enforced aggressively. My position is vulnerable, He showed full aggression over that very simple inquiry, while I remained fully meek and humble. All the other roommates witnessed an adequate portion of the ongoing verbal assault, as I did zero reacting, keeping my distance, and remained submissive. I did not vocally state that the moment he hits me, I did vocally state that the moment he hits me is the moment he loses his power. That appeared to restrain a fraction of his aggression, but not enough. He continued to follow me around the house, verbally generalizing to absurdity, quote unquote, accusing me of trying to run the house because of the note I left under his door, the same note that the advocate confiscated. The tablet and the audio recordings must remain intact. They must be submitted in my defense. They will clarify the accuracy of the event, even with only the brief portion that was recorded before the tablet was apprehended. At 10 a.m., I am still very nervous about what's next. The residential supervisor will likely make a decision that will not be fair and will not creatively justify, and he will likely creatively justify it as the best resolution, quote unquote. I will ask to remain here. I am at least 90% sure this will not happen again. He's always in his room. All I have to do is write no more notes, keep my distance, and stay in my room when appropriate, and continue treating the rest of the house as nicely and easily as I have all along. I do not care about the assigned or unassigned refrigerator space. It's not relevant to my recovery or therapy. I just don't want to be reprimanded or required to move. It's just unfair. It's unjust and unfair, as this was an isolated situation and easily avoidable. There are even simpler adjustments I could make if it helps, but I don't want to jump the gun, quote unquote, or do too much, quote unquote. Such adjustments could be mistaken as offensive or, in some unseen way, provoke him. He is unpredictable, but so far as the refrigerator note and raising the window are the two things I have triggered him somehow. I see that he has very sensitive buttons, quote unquote, and I will exercise all the fruit of the spirits and be a polite guest in the house. That statement is sarcastic, I admit. I don't think this is serious enough to appeal to a higher authority, but if I am required to move, or if any other drastic and overcompensated, quote unquote, adjustments are imposed, the grievance will be needed. I'm doing Zoom at this other house, as his advocates suggested, with an escort. The houses are working together. My house has no such unity. That's why my housemate and I came here together, to share in their sharing. I need a support network. I'm underwater here. I'm over my head. Emergency. To whom do I turn? I appeal to the highest authority. I appeal to God. At the house where we're doing Zoom, they get to keep the door all the way open, but our RM goes into sensory overload when I open a window. We needed an intervention yesterday. I didn't even know he had it half as bad as until I spent time at this house of harmony and unity. I see my buddy Rock in the Zoom meeting. Smooth moves, my buddy. Unto thee, O Lord, do I lift up my soul. Unto thee, O Lord, do I lift up my soul. O my God, I trust in thee. Let me not be ashamed. Let not mine enemies triumph over me. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, where the righteous run into it. I declare his righteousness, as I do not qualify at this time. and they are safe. Well, the name of the Lord is a strong tower, where the righteous run into it, and they are safe. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord Most High. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord Most High. Love him, and thou shalt find good favor and good understanding. Love him, and he shall direct thy path. Just trust in the Lord with all of thine heart, and lean not to thine own understanding, but in all of thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. 3 things that will not long be hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. I need a support network. I'm underwater over my head. Emergency. To whom do I turn? I appeal to the highest authority. That last section I've read twice, so I'll stop right there. Taste.